Dear retro fans, welcome to Retro Cars Reviews. Today, we shall discover original review on Mercedes 500 SEL from Motor Trend 1992. Let's go. Imagine this. The doorbell rings. It's the mailman with a registered letter from the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. You are the winner of the $10 million grand prize. Just like that, your life is different. You're in a position to purchase cars that, until now, you've only been able to dream about. First, you pick up that red XJS your better half has had her eye on all these years. Then, maybe an NSX or 2R-1 for weekend romps. But for that number one car you'll use to commute, entertain, travel, and generally spend a large amount of your life in, you'd have to scour many a showroom to find a car more meticulously suited to that purpose than Mercedes' all-new 500 SEL. A senior member of MB's prestigious S-Class lineup, the 500 SEL sets a new standard for an intensely competitive market segment. After 5.5 years of development, the 500 SBL arguably qualifies as one of the two finest cars Mercedes has ever produced, the other being its V12-powered sister, the 600 SEL. As Dr. Wolfgang Peter, responsible for Mercedes passenger car development, put it, "Our aim was to create the greatest possible degree of technical and functional performance in all areas. In other words, nothing less than the ultimate luxury sedan." The stakes were high on this project for two reasons. First, the previous S-Class was concluding a successful run of over 11 years and had set a strong precedent. Second, and perhaps more important, Japan had thrown down the gauntlet in the luxury sedan class. Mercedes had to return with a strong statement of its own about refinement, innovation, and performance. It had to reassure its true believers that the company was still at its pinnacle. The new S-Class is that statement. The fact that the 500 SEL carries a base, suggested retail of $93,500 is simply a byproduct of producing a truly uncompromising luxury car. The 500 SEL is an imposing car. Its massive body sits on a lengthy 123.6-inch wheelbase, and it weighs a hefty 4,740 pounds, 640 pounds more than the previous 560 SEL. Most of this extra weight is a side effect of stronger, larger, or better reinforced components. There's no denying that on the road, the 500, with its gobs of unsprung weight, feels like a heavy, full-size car. Yet, its superbly tuned double wishbone suspension up front with the chassis to provide a silken highway ride quality and rock-like stability that uses the weight to its advantage. Bumps and road irregularities are absorbed, disseminated, and come into the passenger compartment as gentle ripples. Even at Autobahn speeds of over 100 miles per hour, the 500 feels as stable, smooth, and vibration-free as a 747 at 40,000 feet on a still day. Although carving up a twisty country road isn't this car's forte, the precise, well-defined steering control and inherent stability keep the big sedan reasonably well-mannered in the tight stuff. Only after you've pushed it well beyond what any sensible Mercedes owner would care to drive does the 500 respond with significant front-end push. Our test car was also equipped with Mercedes' automatic slip control traction control system. While a valuable aid in slippery conditions, the non-defeatable system effectively guts any attempts at sporty driving with lackluster engine response at the first sign of wheel spin. The 500 SEL is propelled by a 5-liter aluminum V8 with 4 cams, 32 valves, and a sobering output of 322 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to such improvements as a new Bosch LH fuel injection system with a highly sensitive hot wire air mass sensor, automatic intake camshaft adjustment, anti-knock controls for each individual cylinder, and a sophisticated controller area network data bus that links all engine management control units. The V8's numbers represent a 35% gain in horsepower and 23% boost in torque over the previous 5.60 SEL's 5.6-liter V8. The 500 isn't a stormer off the line. It takes a moment or two to overcome its own inertia. But then, the V8 comes alive, gobbling up asphalt with enough fervor to post an impressive 7.4 second 0 to 60 time. Meanwhile, the electronically controlled 4-speed automatic delivers effortless, almost indistinguishable shifts. With a broad torque curve and snappy kickdown, the 500 makes passing as easy as picking your moment and squeezing the throttle. The 5-liter 32-valve aluminum V8 delivers silky smooth performance, coupled with a potent 322 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque. Incorporating Bosch LH fuel injection and an automatic electro-hydraulic intake cam adjuster mechanism, it delivers instant and purposeful response without calling undue attention to itself. While sitting inside, however, you have no perception of the dynamics going on around you. Noise and vibration are so well muted, the engine so seamlessly smooth, and the interior so comfortingly right that you feel as if you're hurtling down the highway in a sumptuous cocoon. Inside, you settle into the well-bolstered 12-way power-adjustable seat, listen to the audiophile quality Bose sound system, fine-tune the dual automatic climate control system, separately adjustable for driver and passenger, and feel the car respond to your every whim with power and authority. All interior dimensions have been significantly increased, length by almost 4 inches, width by over 5 inches, and headroom by nearly 2 inches. As would be expected of a world-class luxury car, the 500 SEL's interior doesn't skimp on appointments. While some cars boast of leather upholstery, heated front seats, infrared remote locking, ABS, driver and passenger airbags, and power everything, here, they're just the beginning. A long list of luxury appointments includes driver and passenger airbags, dual automatic climate control system with separately adjustable driver and passenger controls, premium Bose sound system, speed-dependent windshield wipers, one-touch power window operation, and insulating side glass. While some cars boast of leather upholstery, heated front seats, infrared remote locking, ABS, driver and passenger airbags, and power everything, here, they're just the beginning. For instance, 3 memory buttons allow individual settings of all power seat adjustments, tilt/telescopic steering wheel positioning, automatic seatbelt adjustment, and positioning of all 3 rearview mirrors. A power assist system is available for use with all doors and the trunk lid, which quietly closes and secures them without the need for slamming. Special thermopile type-side glass sandwiches, a 1/2-inch layer of air between 2 plates of glass to prevent fogging and control temperature and sound insulation. A central locking system automatically closes the sunroof and any open windows when the doors are locked. One-touch power windows can detect an obstruction when being raised and automatically stop and withdraw. An active charcoal filter in the ventilation system removes air pollutants and reduces unseemly outside odors. The instrument cluster even includes a brake pad wear indicator and an exterior lamp failure warning lamp. The 500 SEL is also environmentally responsible. In addition to the S-Class being the first production cars to use the new CFC-free R134 refrigerant, they are free of asbestos and other common toxic materials. All plastics are recyclable and labeled for sorting, and petroleum solvents in the paint have been reduced significantly, transitioning to totally water-based paints in about 2 years. So, what's the last word on the 500 SEL? Mercedes has done its job well. the S-Class statement is strong and convincing. If your passion is to experience the most refined, innovative, and progressive V8-powered luxury car on the road, and if you have the means to handle its over $90,000 entry fee, the 500 SEL delivers on the promise. If not, there are optional choices that offer much of the luxury value at less than half the cost. They may not be dream machines, but they're much closer to most people's reality. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to watch more like this, hit subscribe.